Good day, everyone. We are about to discuss the social welfare policy, programs, and services from the chapter 5, page 150 to 153. So let's start. The keyword for this curriculum area are social welfare, needs, problems, and provision. Social welfare is believed as the organized system of social services and institutions designed to aid individuals and groups to attain satisfying standards of life and health. We are able to identify our basic needs such as the shelter, clothes, foods, water, and other things that more important in surviving life. And a problem is an issue within the society that makes it difficult for people to achieve their full potential. For example, poverty, unemployment, unequal opportunities, racism, and malnutrition. And lastly, the provision. It is the act or process of providing. It is somehow a preparation for what the problem might result. And the objective of this is to help the students acquire a knowledge of the general policies, condition, legislation, institutions, programs, and a broad range of services. Now, what aims of social welfare policy and services? It aims to help competent practitioners to cope up easily in the assigned area of the practice, to be more competent in handling the services and an effort for social change. Another one is to help the student to improve their ability to think critically in analyzation of the problem in certain area. And lastly, to help the student to commit responsibly to the profession and promote the social welfare goals and services and to be initiator from preventing of social problem. Next is the outline for specific knowledge required for this area. First one is framework social. It is an essential outline supporting structure for human needs and problems. Second is concept of needs, which has universality of needs that divided into two components. First is the material needs, for example, foods, clothing, and shelter. Second is non-material needs, such as spiritual needs, aesthetic needs, need for affection, acceptance, achievements, and other more. The third outline is concept of problem. The problem that identified is the problem as manifest need. This problem is articulated by someone close to the problem within the organization. B. Problem as person-centered. It diverges with person therapy for personal growth. C. Personal as universal and yet singular. The problem affects the individual and also universality. D. Problem as cause and consequence, dealing with the causes of the problems and the consequences that resulting from false action. Problem as an institutional lack or dysfunction in society's institution for meeting the needs. For unmet needs of individual or the environment might result this problem. F. Problem as challenge and opportunity. G. Problem as requiring a solution in the form of social welfare services. Remember that social welfare is designed to aid individuals and groups to attain satisfying standards of life and health. And the last one is problem as requiring social work help.
Hi, Mona Carla Julvesano here. We will tackle next the concept of provision. It is how the society meets the needs of its members. Individual and group efforts, either individual or group, can provide help to the needy persons that are unable to care for themselves or provide their needs through performing social welfare and services. Major societal institutions and having different roles and responsibilities in meeting human needs. These major societal institutions are family, church, government, economic institutions such as labor unions, cooperatives, and occupations, and the forces that creates or brings change in these institutions. The social agency as provision for helping people with their problems. There are many social agencies that its innate purpose is to address the needs of the people who seeks for help, that if ever one is needing assistance or help, there's this particular agency that can help them. Motivations for social welfare programs and services. Social justice for every individual must acquire equality in terms of the distributions or provisions. Social control, as setting rules and standards in society to keep individuals bound to conventional standards as well as to the use of formalized mechanism. This is to be able to maintain an organized community. Economic development, for the creation of wealth from which community benefits are realized. It is more than a jobs program. It's an investment in making the economy grow and enhancing the prosperity and quality of life for all residents. Human values and norms that shapes policies and services such as personal worth, social responsibility, self-determination, personality development, permissible behaviors, and the like. Social welfare programs and services. Historical and current forces that serves as a contributor to the social problems, as it also generates social policies such as those perspectives way back relating to the history of social welfare outside and inside the country. Current worldwide, regional, and local forces. Source of policies such as the body of fundamental principles, which is the Constitution, legislations or a law that has been promulgated by a legislator or other governing bodies, then the locally organized policy-making bodies such as agency boards with their auspices such as government, private, and religious. The formulation, implementation, and improvement of policy, interrelated processes, competencies, and skills that is relevant for the participation to be effective. Ways and means by which policies should be translated into programs and services. Its process of creating some necessary structures, and the programs and services administrators includes financing, staffing, coordinating, reporting, and the like, a system that are able to deliver service to those in need. Setting priority targets and investing resources. As for our country, the Philippines, it based on the National Development Plan that has the sustenance in order to meet the basic needs for every people. Assessing and evaluating the program and services that are tasked in meeting the needs and problems, if its performance is effective or if it has its inadequacies in performing its function. Philippine social welfare agencies and institutions. The broad field of social welfare, as it is flexible in accommodating and its various instrumentalities, the social services in education, health, housing, manpower development, community development, population and family planning, labor, and many to distinguish that the social welfare field encompasses. Fields or setting for social work practice. The traditional field as it concerned in serving the needs of children and their families, medical settings, corrections, public assistance, community centers, and many of the traditional fields up to the new and emerging fields, or this new approach is called generalist social work practice, where social workers recognize that problems can occur at all levels of living, such as manpower development, human settlements, women and development, and etc. The nature of human needs served by different social welfare agencies and institutions, even if there is no presence of social workers, as long as they can contribute for the good of the society and that they can address the uniqueness of needs every individual had. The organization and operation of programs and services, particularly in social work-oriented agencies and organizations, the interrelationship of these agencies in meeting needs, and the historical development of these programs. The characteristics and structure of social work as a flexible profession, specifically the past, current, and emerging roles, and the contributions of social work professionals in the development of implementation of social welfare policies and programs as one of the efficient work of the said profession, which is the social work. Here ends our report. Thank you.